Hi ladies, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to today's video in which we are going to be talking about the only 10 perfumes that every woman needs to have in her collection. We have everything from a musky perfume to a gourmand perfume. So if this sounds like something you would be interested in, definitely keep on watching. Every woman needs to have a clean, fresh, musky perfume in her collection, and the one that I have been obsessed with lately is Le Papier by Diptyque, and this is just one of the most unique, beautiful, sophisticated, musky perfumes that I have tried. It opens up with a rice accord, a steamed rice accord, which makes the fragrance so unique and sophisticated. That rice accord in the opening creates a very delicious, almost gourmand, bakery-like vibe, at least to me. Once that has faded away, you start to get this very clean, fresh, musky perfection, which also feels very cozy, comforting, and sensual. This is a beautiful, elegant, sophisticated, luxurious, musky fragrance that just smells like nothing else. It smells like freshly washed, clean, warm skin. This is honestly the most perfect musky perfume that I feel like absolutely every woman needs to have in her collection. We all need to have a rose perfume as well, and when it comes to rose fragrances, I used to not be the biggest fan of them, but then I tried Delina. Of course, this is a no-brainer for me. This is one fragrance that you have seen so many times before, but this for me personally truly is the most perfect rose fragrance. It is just stunning. It has everything. It's very feminine, it's luxurious, it's elegant, it's sexy. This is a fragrance that when you wear it, you will stand out. She gets noticed, she gets compliments, she projects and lasts, and this is the most beautiful rose perfume. For me personally, this is the one rose perfume that I would always need to have in my perfume collection. She's sweet, she's floral, she's fresh and fruity. She opens up with lychee and rhubarb, a little bit tart and fresh and juicy. She has a beautiful cashmere wood note in here, which makes her soft, musky and creamy. The rose here with the peony are just so beautiful. Honestly, the most perfect feminine rose perfume. If you love rose fragrances and you still haven't tried Delina for some reason, definitely give her a chance. Coming up, we have a fruity perfume, and this is one that has a lot of mixed reviews. This is a fragrance that you either hate or love, and if you haven't guessed it already, we are talking about Erba Pura by Xerjoff. Now, this is a fragrance that is truly very potent, intoxicating, powerful, and strong. So I do understand that it might be a little bit overwhelming for some people, but to me, this is one of the most gorgeous fruity perfumes. It opens up bright and citrusy with mandarin, with bergamot. Then we have a combination of fruits, and the fruits in here just smell very tropical to me, very juicy and sweet. I get like a passion fruit and peach note. It's so delicious, it's so fruity, it's so addictive. To me, this is one of the most perfect fruity perfumes. She is also very musky in the dry down and a little bit green. So if you are not the biggest fan of too musky perfumes, you might not enjoy her. This is honestly one of my favorite fruity perfumes. As I said, this is a powerhouse of a fragrance. It has an amazing performance. It lasts all day, even until next day. It projects, and this is one of my most complimented fragrances as well. I wear this one quite a lot during the summer months, and every time that I wear her, I always get a compliment. A juicy, sweet, fruity, tropical, musky perfection. Coming up, we have a gourmand fragrance, and not everyone enjoys gourmand fragrances, but this one number 42 by Floraiku, is one of those gourmand fragrances that also feel very elegant, luxurious, and sophisticated. So even if you're not the biggest fan of gourmand fragrances, I would highly recommend you to give this one a chance. This is a very unique perfume which features notes of rice, juicy black currant, tea and musk with a cedar note in the dry down. This is one of my favorite gourmand fragrances. This is a fragrance that I would always have in my perfume collection. It feels very juicy and sweet with the blackcurrant note. It's fresh, but it's also very delicious. That rice note in here kind of adds a savory aspect to the fragrance, which makes it smell like a blueberry cupcake. Very delicious, very yummy, juicy and sweet. The sweetness is very well balanced by the tea and the rice. The tea kind of adds a little bit of a green freshness to the composition, and in the dry down the fragrance feels very musky and slightly woody. This is a gourmand fragrance that feels very elegant and classy and luxurious at the same time. It's sweet and delicious, but very sophisticated as well, and unique with the rice notes. A gourmand fragrance that I feel like every woman needs to have in her collection as long as she enjoys sweet, delicious fragrances. But this is one that also feels very classy, elegant and luxurious, as I mentioned. An elevated, unique gourmand fragrance. Coming up, we have a citrusy perfume, and this one is one of my favorites. This is Annie X by Nishane. I do speak about this one quite often, but this truly is one of the most addictive, intoxicating, sexy, citrusy perfumes. The fragrance opens up very juicy, sweet, delicious with plenty of fruits. We have lemon, we have bergamot, we have melon. It feels so juicy and delicious. It smells like a pineapple juice to me in the opening. Then as the fragrance kind of starts to settle down on your skin, you start to get this addictive, delicious, sexy vanilla perfume with a little bit of cardamom, plenty of sandalwood. We have a ginger note in here as well, adding a little bit of extra spiciness. This is just like the original Annie, very sexy and captivating, but it's fresher, juicier, sweeter, fruitier and creamier. This is my favorite citrusy perfume, and it fits all occasions and all seasons in my opinion. It smells amazing during the winter times, but it smells just as amazing during spring and summer as well. It leaves the most intoxicating, sexy, sweet, delicious, citrusy vanilla scent trail. A citrusy perfume that is a must-have for me. In my opinion, a white floral fragrance is a must-have in every woman's perfume collection, and one of my favorites is Libre by YSL, and this is a white floral fragrance with plenty of lavender, musk and vanilla. It's very fresh and clean and bright and uplifting. It's a little bit citrusy as well, a little bit fruity, but what you really get from this one is a lot of orange blossom, a lot of lavender and a lot of vanilla. Now when it comes to lavender, I am not the biggest fan of lavender, but in this specific perfume I absolutely love it. I find it so beautiful. The combination between the orange blossom with the lavender just smells amazing to me, and this is a fragrance that for me is an easy reach everyday perfume that smells elegant and luxurious, but it smells very fresh and clean and crisp at the same time. This is the perfect everyday white floral fragrance. To me, it also smells a little bit like freshly washed laundry. A very clean, fresh white floral fragrance with orange blossom, jasmine, lavender and vanilla. We all need to have a sexy date night fragrance in our perfume collection, and one that I am currently obsessed with is the newest release by Sora Dora, Red, in collaboration with Xerjoff. This one is an intoxicating, delicious gourmand leaning perfume, but it's very sexy and addictive. The fragrance opens up with a clementine note, plenty of bergamot and coconut. I absolutely love the clementine in here. It's very prominent to my nose, and it's adding this like very juicy, sweet, citrusy touch to the perfume. The bergamot is adding a burst of brightness in the opening. The coconut is very prominent to my nose as well. When I first spray the fragrance, it smells like the most delicious citrusy hazelnut cookies with some coconut shavings on top. It's yummy, but it's so sexy and intoxicating at the same time. Once the fragrance starts to settle down on your skin, you start to get more of that sandalwood, which is in the dry down, with a little bit of muskiness. There is a soft, sweet, delicate caramel in the base as well, adding a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. We have a little bit of fig in here as well, adding a little bit of fruitiness. We also have cardamom, adding a little bit of spiciness. To me, this one is an extremely sexy, seductive, intoxicating fragrance that smells absolutely divine. It's delicious, but not overly sweet. It's very balanced, spicy, citrusy, woody, and a little bit musky. I love the coconut, the cardamom, the fig, the sandalwood. It feels a little bit creamy as well. This is honestly perfection. In the air, once it has dried down, it kind of reminds me of a combination between Gris Chardonnay by Diptyque and Versace Crystal Noir. You get this like cardamom, sandalwood, fig, coconutty perfection. This is honestly a seduction in a bottle, the perfect sexy date night fragrance. Coming up, we have a vanilla perfume, and this one is Gentle Fluidity Gold by MFK. This is my favorite vanilla fragrance. This is a sweet, soft, powdery perfume that has a little bit of freshness, and it feels airy and fluffy at the same time. We have the vanilla, which is so delicious. We have amber adding some warmth. We have muskiness, which makes the fragrance feel a little bit clean, and we have some juniper berries adding a touch of brightness and freshness and an aromatic feel to the fragrance. This has to be one of the most perfect, feminine, elegant vanilla perfumes in my opinion. This is one that I feel like absolutely every woman needs to have in her collection, as long as she enjoys vanillic perfumes. But this is one that feels very luxurious, sophisticated, elegant, classy, feminine. It's sensual and musky. It feels very soft and delicate, and the sweetness here, the vanilla kind of smells like powdered sugar in a way, but this is not an overly sweet fragrance. It's very elevated. It's powdery, slightly creamy. This is a vanilla perfume, which is an absolute must-have for me. This is a fragrance that I would always have in my perfume collection. If I was to choose a signature scent, I would probably go for this one, the most perfect, feminine, elegant vanilla perfume. Next up on the list, we have the perfect tropical vacation fragrance, and this one is BoraBora by Giardini di Toscana. This is one of the most beautiful tropical floral fragrances I have ever tried. It smells so natural. It literally smells like realistic tropical florals. You get plenty of ylang ylang. We get a lot of tiare as well, a little bit of jasmine. This is so feminine, so beautiful, so sensual, and it feels very elegant at the same time. In the opening, together with the florals, we have a beautiful apricot, which is adding this delicious, almost jammy, fruity sweetness, but it feels a little bit tart as well. We have a coconut milk in here, which makes the fragrance feel very creamy, a little bit lactonic. We have musk, and in the dry down we have a beautiful vanilla with a little bit of caramel. This is honestly perfection, the most beautiful tropical floral perfume. It's sweet, it's a little bit fruity, it's sensual, it's creamy, it's musky, it's delicate. It is absolutely stunning. If you love tropical floral perfumes, this is one that you absolutely need to try. And last but not least, we have the most perfect signature scent fragrance, and of course for me this would be Dama Bianca by Xerjoff in the Casamorati line. This is a perfume that literally smells like the most beautiful woman you could ever imagine. It's so feminine, it's so elegant, but it feels very unique at the same time. This is a vanillic perfume which is very citrusy and floral. It opens up with kumquat and lime, very bright and sparkling and uplifting. Then you start to get these purple florals, lilac, violet, iris, which are delicate, slightly powdery. The violet is very beautiful in here. In the try on we have vanilla, musk and sandalwood. This is the fragrance that feels very fresh, bright, citrusy, delicate, slightly powdery, a little bit creamy because of the sandalwood. This is one of the most gorgeous floral vanillas ever. This is the most feminine, beautiful fragrance I have in my perfume collection. This is honestly just the perfect signature scent fragrance. If you enjoy vanillic perfumes, this would be a no-brainer for you. It's bright, it's uplifting, it's fresh, it's musky. This is the most perfect signature scent perfume for a woman, in my opinion. A citrusy, delicate, floral, powdery vanillic fragrance. So we made it to the end of today's list, guys. Please let me know down in the comments what are your top must-have perfumes that you would always need to have in your perfume collection. If you enjoyed today's video, definitely give it a little bit of love. If you enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and I really hope to see you next time.